It's me, I'm C, and this is Kickback Astrology. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Alright, I'm sorry, I quit. But you know what time it is. Grab your guards, grab your woodies, grab your glasses, do what you need to do. Kick back how you kick back. I'ma kick back how I kick back. And let's get into some of these birth charts. Come on with it. Now, Mariah has her Mercury conjunct Venus. And with her Mercury conjunct Venus, this is going to contribute to her ability to write music. You know, Mariah takes a lot of pride in that. She always mentions it in interviews and things that she writes her own music. She's always been writing her own music and things like that. So, with that, she Mercury is going to be her ability, you know, how you communicate, how you write, and things like that. And Venus is all about your creativity, your pleasures, and things like that. So she's going to be able to communicate in a very beautiful and harmonious way. She's going to be able to communicate in a very creative fashion. She's going to be able to, you know what I mean, make those create those ballads and things and those love songs and things like that, because Venus is all about that loving nature, that harmonious, that compromise, those relationships. So that's why this contributes to her being a songwriter, and specifically choosing love as a topic frequently and things like that. Like, even like even when she's talking about something that isn't necessarily, like, you know, the most beautiful thing to talking about, like, it's still going to be like she's going to do it in a creative or artistic way where it may like make you laugh, or it may, like, you know what I mean? Like, even like stuff like, it's going to be relatable. She's going to be able to communicate in a very relatable way, even if it's something that, like, not necessarily relatable. Like, even when she was like this Eminem, like, you sound like that. Why you so obsessed with me? Like, it was like jokey, like it was funny, like it was creative. Like, even though she was like dissing somebody, like that's that Mercury and Venus, like Mercury conjunct Venus. Like, she able to communicate that, like those love ballads and things like that, like vision of love. Vision of love, Mercury. You see your eyes, your reflexes. Love, Venus. Vision of, like, straight up. That is what it is. I don't even have to go any further with that one. Like, but that Mercury and Venus is also going to, you know, take her through her fair share of relationships, because Mercury's the explorer. Mercury likes to get into stuff, figure things out, put things here, these things there, spit what works here, what works. Think of a Gemini, like think of a Virgo. Like, Virgo is all about those details, like Mercury is all about those details, you know what I mean, putting pieces in, figuring some things out. Gemini is all about bouncing those ideas off of people, putting the idea out there, seeing how people respond, switching it up, things like that. So you have that energy, that mercurial energy, just that mental stimulation and piecing things together and things like that. You're taking that and you're putting that with her Venus, her love nature. She's going to, you know, try a couple things. Like I said, try them things. Put things in action. See what works. See what doesn't work. She's going to be very communicative in her relationship. She's going to like to talk. She's going to like some. She like her nigga with some game. You feel me? She's not really trying to get with someone who can't stimulate her mentally. That's not really for her. She probably likes someone who has good conversation. So like I said, somebody who has a little game. You gotta have a little conversation about you. Like, she's not really going to, well, it's in Aries, so she will like that brawn, like masculine, like she will like that, but she's more so going to be looking for someone who can meet her, meet up with her mentally, who can, communicate with her or teach her something she can learn something from and bounce ideas off of. Like, she's going to be, like, that's how, more so how her relationships are going to go, and that's how she's going to be. She's going to be very communicative and try to talk to her mates and, try to get mental stimulation, probably play a lot of games, do stuff like that, little trivia, like stuff like that, like have random conversation about all different kinds of topics. Like that's more so how she's going to be in her relationship. So even when she's relating to, just like her friends and things like that, like that's how she's going to be. Like Mariah's a talker. Like Mariah likes to talk. Like even though she doesn't necessarily like to share a lot of things about herself with the public because she has that moon in Scorpio. Mariah is definitely a talker when she does get into relationships, when she is trying to relate or, like I said, create or write songs and things like that. She also has her sun conjunct her Mercury, so this is all just going to reinforce what we were already talking about as far as her Mercury conjunct Venus, where she's going to love to communicate in a very harmonious way and be very relatable when she's communicating, and she's going to like to write about like romantic topics and things like that. This is also conjunct her sun, so she's going to really identify with that mercurial energy, that mental stimulation, that bouncing ideas off each other, those details and things like that. She's going to really feed off of that energy. So she's probably going to like to write and things like that and talk. And so this is just going to, like I said, just reinforce that Venus conjunct Mercury, where she's already going to love writing and things like that. She's going to really identify with that. This is going to be a part of who she is, not necessarily just something that she does. This is a part of who she is. So when she's just like on a normal everyday basis, just when she's just being herself, just going about her way in the world, that's how she's going to be. She's going to be a talker. She's going to communicate. She's going to, have a message. She's going to have different ideas that she likes to communicate with others and, try to have a message and find meaning in things and stuff like that. She's going to like to find out the little details and the little facts and things like that. She probably likes to read and gets a lot of information and things like that. Like I said, little details. She loves to like gather information and things like that and just know stuff. Knowing stuff just to know stuff. That's that Mercury energy. You just know stuff just to know stuff. I might need it. I don't know if I ever need it, but I might need it. Like that's that Mercurial energy. So Mariah is going to be like that. Like if you walk up to her and just start having a random conversation with her, she probably would have something to contribute to it. Even though she may not know everything about it, she probably has some form of information about it because that's just who she is. So it's taking it more, it takes it more. It doesn't take it out of it being just about her writing, but it just makes it more about this actually being who she is. So she really, 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 really like her music is really a part of her. Like just from what I'm seeing in her chart, like her music, she really identifies with her music. Her music is a big piece of who she is because her Mercury and Venus, her songs, her writing, her creativity are conjunct with who she is, her soul, her purpose, what she's going for in this world. So her music is a part of her. You see what I'm saying? She's giving you a piece of her. And with that mercurial influence, she's going to have a message. So like I said, and that message is oftentimes going to be about love because it's conjunct her Venus. And you know what I mean? She's going to... But it's Aries, so a lot of the times it's the Venus and Mercury are in Aries, so a lot of the times these things are going to be about her. She's going to write about herself, a lot, her experiences and things like that, but it's going to be in a very relatable way because we have that Venus influence. But a lot of these things are oftentimes going to be about things she's going through and things in her life and things like that. Now Mariah's moon is conjunct Neptune. Neptune, oftentimes 12th house Pisces energy, that has to do with everything. Everything is everything. Like I like to say, that's what I think of when I think everything is everything. Neptune is all about the flow of things. It's all about the wave. It's all about everything. Everything and everyone. It's all about we're all connected. We're all as one. Let's get on the same wave. Let's get on the same vibe. Like that's what Neptune is about. And Neptune and Pisces in the 12th house can also be about escapism and things like that, spirituality, things that you can lose yourself in, you know what I mean? So because with all of those things going on in the 12th house and in the waters with the two fish going two different ways. Oftentimes you can get lost. You're not really knowing, exactly where you fit in. You're not really knowing exactly how to be. You're not really knowing. You're just not knowing. You be stuck in this like feeling of just not know like what is going on. Like, because it's so much. Like, Neptune just really brings like a big fluffy cloud over everything. Like, Neptune is like that illusion. Neptune is that idealism. Neptune is the perfect ending. Like, at the end of the story, like, that's what Neptune is. Like, those rose-colored glasses. So makes you a dreamer. You know what I mean? That's Neptune's all about, the dreamer, so to speak. You're in tune with everything. So with that being conjunct her moon, she feels everything. everything. Mariah is feeling everything. She's a very sensitive person because, like I said, remember, this is the last energy, this is the last sign, this is the last energy, this is it. Like, this is it. Like, so you have that feeling, like Neptune brings that feeling like this is it, but it's like, it'll give you that, like, everything will be okay. We're all as one. Like, that energy, like, just feel the vibe. Why can't everyone just be on the same? Like, that type of energy. So that's how Mariah is feeling, and that she is receptive to everything in her environment. She is receptive to the people that are closest to her. She's open. Like, she's very sensitive. Like I said, she's on the wave. She feels the wave. It's not even about you. She feels the vibe in the room. Like, this is the person who walks in the room like, nah, the vibe is off. Innocent Scorpio, nah, the vibe is off. I gotta get out of here right now. Like, and no, it just don't feel right. Like, something is off. I don't know what, I don't know who, but the vibe, the flow in this room, they might even hit you, the spirit of this room, whatever they hit you with, like, that's what this vibe is. Like, the vibe of the room is off. Like, I gotta go. Like, yeah, I need to go be by myself. I need to isolate, because straight up. Because remember, although Neptune can, like I said, you can create from the Neptunian energy. It's the vibe, it's the wave that everyone can get on. You can create from that, and you can, reach a lot of people with it. This same energy can also force you into, a space where you go into like solitary confinement and things like that, and you stuff where like a mental institution and things like that. All of those things are in the 12th house. All of those things have to do with Pisces. All of those things, like, it's not just all smooth sailing, trust and believe, because there's so much. This is just like just imagine having everything in you, like, just trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. Like, it's not like Scorpio where you're just like going down in the depths, you know what I mean, and you're just like trying to find your way. No, it's not like Cancer where you just, you can put your feet in the water, you can go swim when you want to. No, this is like, I'm out, and then we on the tide's coming, like, we out on the, goddamn it, and we just floating. We still here. We still alive. But goddamn, where am I going? What's going on? What the fuck? I'm about to drown. All kinds of shit happening to you out that motherfucker. You still, but it's all kinds of shit going on. That's what motherfuckers ain't realize. Like, yeah, Pisces floating, they on the wave, but goddamn, there's all kinds of shit going on. I'm trying to distinguish between who is what is who, what. I thought this was that, and that was this, and goddamn, who is you, and that, all kinds of shit. Like, you got to understand. You got to understand. And you're receptive to everything, because like I said, this is it, so it's encompassing everything. So you're sensitive to everything, you feel everything. Like I said, you feel the vibe. That's how Mariah is. She's going to feel the vibe. She's going to know when something is off. Like, if that's her, like, probably with like her mom and like people closest to her, like, she knows when something is off. Like, she knows what's wrong with you. Like, she's going, and with that Neptunian energy, she's going to be a very empathetic person. Like I said, with her being, so open and so sensitive and so, just receptive to other people's energies. And remember, this is more of a mutable energy, so it's going to be able to, it's going to allow her some of the flexibility that she may not have had as a pure moon in Scorpio. This is going to give her a little bit of wiggle a little bit of wiggle room. Because, like I told you before, Moon and Scorpio ain't on it. And then I'm here. And you try to move me, it's going to be out bad. I'll take your whole family out. Just leave me alone. Like an Aries, the Moon and Aries just going to take you out. No, Moon and Scorpio, I'm going to kill your whole family. Leave me alone. Like, that's what you got on. I'm just going to tell you how it is over here. At Kickback, we tell you how it is over here. That's how it is. So... Alright, I quit. But really though, this Neptune energy is going to lighten up that Moon in Scorpio. It's going to give her a little bit more idealism. It's going to give her those big dreams. It's going to give her the ability to connect with others on a higher plane and things like that. But that's that level of sensitivity that she has, with her being exposed to so many different energies all of the time. Like, this may not have been as bad if she was able to get, her alone time and be able to go in her corner. Like I told you, that 12th house, has to do with isolation as well as being in tune with everyone. But isolation, like monks and things like that, mental institute, where you sit by yourself and just figure some shit. I sort through your shit and just figure out what the fuck is going on. Like, remember, Pisces also has that like escapist quality because it has that idealism, so it just wants to see everything rose-colored glass. Everything ain't how I see it. Okay, let me go over here and hit this. Now it is. I'm just keeping it 1,000. I'm just telling it how it is. So that can lead to like abandonment and things like that. Like when somebody, if you ever, dealt with like someone with a drug issue or something like that. Like when you having your own issues and going through your own things, it's oftentimes hard to keep up with, your relationships and things like that. And that brings in that abandonment and everything that can happen. But like I said, she needs her time to herself to escape because she is so receptive. She is so sensitive. She needs time to recharge. She needs time to rebuild. She needs time by herself to kind of get in tune. Like I said, figure out exactly where she belongs, exactly what's going on with her and her feelings and her emotions, because this is her moon. So if she's not getting that, she's constantly being overly exposed to a bunch of different people and a bunch of different, feelings and emotions and everything else. This is going to begin to weigh on her so much, like more so than it would someone else, because she's so sensitive and she may become overwhelmed and, start to get very anxious and start to worry and then, want to be isolated and not want to deal with anyone and things like that. And then she'll dive into like things like religion or, like I said, dive into that escapism and, that idealism when things aren't going well for her and trying to create her own world and create, and imagine they create the dream. Create the, like, that's what she'll be trying to do. So she has to make sure that she's having that time to herself to be able to really get in tune with herself and just calm down and relax and not be, worried about everything else and everybody else and everything that's going on around her. It really impacts her internally because she's taking it all in. This is her moon. She's taking everything in. She's taking everybody else's feelings in. She's taking all of those things in. She's receptive, very receptive. So, Mariah, girl, make sure you getting your alone time, girl. Trust me. We don't need you out here tripping, girl. We don't need you out here tripping. But this is going to contribute to her ability to create, her ability to reach a large audience. Like I said, her ability to get on the wave, that ability to hit those high notes that nobody ever hit. But that's the, like, yeah, the wave. Like, definitely. But that moon in Scorpio is going to give her the discipline to work at it. So she's going to be working at her creativity. She's going to be working on her flow. She's going to be working on her entertainment aspect. She's going to be working on that. She's going to be obsessive about it, which can lead down a dark path, as we've seen before. But she's going to be very obsessive with it. That's why you hear Mariah say, like, she used to practice all the time as a kid, or this is why you heard her mom. I was watching an interview and her mom said like she was singing something in French and Mariah was like a baby and she like sung it wrong and then Mariah corrected her, but Mariah didn't even know like the language fully at the time, but she just heard it. Like that's what I mean by they're on the wave. Like it's not about what the words said, like they know what's going, you know what I mean? This is the knowing the song before the words even drop. Like it's that's the wave that's Neptune is on. Like like no, I know the exactly where that note went up and went down, and I don't even understand what it's saying, but I know the wave. I know where it was supposed to go and it didn't go there. Like so that's why she was able to do that. That's why her mom saw that in her at a young age, where she was able to say no, it wasn't it was but she didn't even know what the words were, you know what I mean? She just knew it didn't sound right. Then nah, that was wrong, that wasn't the right vibe, that didn't, nope. So that's why her mom saw that in her. So that was part 4, all about some of Mariah's aspects in her chart. We got to see why she loves to write about love and, you know, a little bit about, you know, the partner that she chooses, and got to see that she identifies with more of, you know, a mental energy. She's very mercurial. We also got to get into that moon, how she's very receptive to others and, you know, has to make sure that she's meditating or what have you, or just having her alone time to regroup and get her mind right. But as always, thanks for watching. Make sure you kick back with some of my other videos. Let me know what you think down below. Come on with it.